Again, more advanced advertisers might want to take control of this stuff, but when you are just getting started, it is okay to go ahead and use these tools, as they will help you improve your ad performance and all of that. All right, so let's look at this one over here. We've got expand image. So you remember where we said previously that our image didn't look as good on stories, because there was this kind of extra space on top of the image and beneath the image. So with the expand image, Meta might be able to help you fix that. So this is what this is all about. So I think you can go ahead and check it and use it on, as the AI will automatically generate some stuff above and below your image to cover up that empty space. This is what we call it image art cropping. So it's a good one, so you can use it. Okay, so I think we've done all, so we can go ahead and click done. We basically have selected all of this. So the only thing that we didn't select is that of music, because personally, in my opinion, I think it might not do well for my business, so I have to turn that one off. So we've got like 7 out of 8 optimizations in here, which is fine for me, by the way. And we can also see the preview. We can see this preview on the right hand side. This is what our ad is going to look like. Over here, see, for example, we've got feeds here. This is a Facebook feed, so that is what our ad is going to look like in a Facebook feed. In a Facebook feed, awesome. This is going to look pretty good. And we could also change that if we are not satisfied with what Facebook has given us. We can still go ahead and change it here, make some adjustment. All right, what is it going to look like in the Instagram feed? Well, over here, that's it. This is what it's going to look like in an Instagram feed at the moment. Obviously, we've not added any primary text, so that is why it's still looking like this. Just take note of that. Okay, so what is it going to look like on our Instagram stories? That's look decent. This is what it's going to look like in the Instagram stories. Absolutely beautiful. So we are trying to demonstrate this very cool looking interior design company that is into selling of interior design services and all of that. So I think this just fits right in, just the way we want it. This is beautiful. Okay, then let's go to the primary text section. Over here we have primary text, we have the headline and things like that. So in this case, I'll just go ahead and copy some primary text and come over here and paste it in here. Okay, let me go ahead and explain this my primary text. So here we are starting with what is called the call out method. The call out method. For example, you look at it here, say moving house, relocating. So when you include things like that, it helps people who are, taking those action to realize that the ad is for them, and then they will pay more attention to the rest of your ad. So it is called the call out action. So you identify who the offer is designed for, find a way to, grab their attention, find a way to put their attention to what you're advertising. Remember what our business is focused on: interior design, relocating, moving house, and all of that. So I'm calling out those people that will be, kind of taking those action in this my parameters. That is why I started by saying moving house. In other words, are you moving your house? Are you relocating? Are you moving house? You want to redecorate? All of those things. So moving house, redecorating, all these are very very key strategies that can help bring the focus, the attention of people that are just going on Facebook to your ad, especially when it resonates to what their need, it resonates to what they want to do at that particular moment, or a problem they need someone to help them solve. So it is called the called out method. It is a great little technique you can throw into your primary test. If you're designing your own primary test, just use that technique. It will help you. All right, so you can also do the same thing with things like location as well. For example, you can say, hey, locations, ABJs, FCTs, BHCT, So if anybody that resides there sees that, there's kind of this connection, so they'll pay attention. What are they trying to say about my city? What are they saying about Lagos? What are they saying about Abuja? What are they saying about Port Harcourt, and all of that? So it's also a very good, technique and tricks you can also use when you're building your primary test. So it will also help you, grab the attention of the people you're trying to, advertise to. Then once that is done, you've got to follow up on that by adding some benefits associated with the service, like this small point line. Like this is a small point line, just one sentence or two depending. For example, I could in this case I could say, we will design a beautiful interior for your home and manage the project for you. So you see, this is a beautiful one. It's a beautiful example. This is a two big benefit punchline. But when you look at it, let's look at who doesn't want someone, to help him design a beautiful interior. Everybody does, especially if that is what you want at that particular moment. Also, who doesn't want someone else to help him, manage a project for him or her? So I think these are basic needs that people, will be glad to have someone, relieve them of. All right, so with that, we can go here to the preview. We can see what this looks like. So that's what it's going to look like on our stories at the moment. We can come back up to the Facebook feed over here. We can see that, look at the text is going to be above the image. But always try as much as possible to keep it nice, short, and simple. That's the key secret. On your own, you can come up with, other, variations. Just think about it and look at what will be, best fits. You can go online, look for some sample or template, just, tweak it, change it, and then come up with something that's ideal for whatever business, you are into, right? You can add test options. You can see primary test, word count. You can come up with a long form, primary test or whatever. Just get really, really experimental with all this kind of stuff. Just experiment this stuff. It's just up to you, but not necessarily at this point. You might just focus on keeping it, short, simple. Okay. Okay. So now let's add in a headline. So we just, paste a headline that is very simple, and a headline that just describes what it is that we are offering. We just paste it here. So the headline answers questions like, what is in it for me, for them? I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. For example, do they get 25% off if they buy before the end of Black Friday or before the end of Christmas sales? What do they get? In this case, the introductory offer for this business is very simple. In this case, I just choose to use something like this: a free interior design consultation. So that's the headline for this advert: a free interior design consultation. So in this case, so if, for example, if you're moving house, if you're redecorating and you're thinking, oh, I need some help. I don't really know what I'm doing. Okay, let me hire an interior design company. So the first step to take here is to just go for a free consultation. We'll give you a free consultation. So that's why I said a free interior design consultation. So it helped to answer that question, since they will see it as a low barrier entry to, whatever they want to do. So they don't have to pay. So it's a win-win. They just come, they enjoy a free consultation. We, try to find out what they want to do. I will probably offer one or two free, advices that will help them, make up their mind, decide on whether to go ahead and do business with us or not. At this point, I want you to also know that you can add as many headlines as you want. You can add up to 5 headlines. So, but however, as a beginner, I don't think it's something that is advisable. Just focus on one for the moment. Okay. Over here, you can see we also have a description. We have a description to add in also. Okay, this description is also emphasizing what we've already, talked about. The fact that they can get a free consultation as specified in the headline, does not mean that we can't, juice it up by adding a little kind of extra, yeah. So for example, I could just go ahead and say, what a free consultation with an award-winning designer. So you see, this is like a little bit of an extra incentive to, help them, get them to, take that action. Award winning. You see, it sounds great. Who doesn't want to deal with an award winning interior designer and home relocator? So I think that's something that you might just also focus on doing, as it will help, boost your ad performance also. Next, here is a optimized test by person. Here we have this other one, optimized test by person. Advanced advertisers often don't, they don't like this because they want to have more control over things. But I think with beginners, it is fine to include that. It will help you. Meta in its own description, can, so this is gonna help your ad performance, and then it will be able to make some changes that will, lead to a better performance for your ad. So as a beginner, you're still learning, you're still acquiring experience, and so you can use any of those things that can help you, get an edge over whatever you're doing. And then we have here call to action button. So we can see here over on the right hand side, we've got learn more as a call to action. So you just make sure you select the option that best describes the action that you want people to take in your case. So just think about it. So I think learn more is a decent option for someone looking for, to sign up for a free interior design consultation. Obviously, they are going to come through to your website first. They are going to, check out your portfolio. In this case, our portfolio. They're just going to check out all of that to see if it looks like, a good option for them. But we are free to change this up. We could either take learn more, or we can take sign up. Just for an example, you can see there are a lot of different call to action button here. So you can just go through it, look at the one that describes the exact action you want your prospective client to take. So select the one that's, that will work well for you. But for me, I think learn more for now is the best for us. Then we've got a destination. Where are you actually going to send this